Hi, I'm Lisa Leiter. In Chicago Business Today, the mayoral race. We normally do our political weekend reviews on Friday, but last week's blizzard changed our plans a bit. Now that we're entering the final weeks of the race to become Chicago's next mayor, we didn't want a snowstorm to prevent us from keeping close tabs on the campaign. So I sat down on Friday with our political columnist Greg Hines to talk about a week that will no doubt go down in the history books. So Greg, let's begin with the blizzard. I found the
blizzard? Did it snow?
Here we are with our snow boots on. I found the candidates' comments, regarding the storm to be very varied and interesting. Rahm Emanuel, he seemed to talk more about the city residents rising up than, focusing on any miscues by the city, which I'm sure was pretty deliberate. But what do you make of everybody's response to the blizzard?
Well, Rahm is in a difficult position. He has tacit support from much of Mayor Daley's organization, but yet the Lakeshore Drive thing did not make the mayor look very good. The mayor, frankly, himself didn't make himself look very good. If he attacks him, he runs the risk that the old man's going to get mad at him, and which wouldn't be good. But if he's too quiet, he looks like he's out of the loop. So he's very careful and cautious and does a lot of hum-hums. The other candidates, particularly Karen Mosley Braun, was much more critical. She said that the Lakeshore Drive should have been closed. Clearly, having made the decision to keep it open, they weren't ready to do what it took to keep it open. Where were the tow trucks? Where were the police vehicles? Where were the snow plows? I mean, it was eminently predictable there were going to be accidents there that would tie up things. Where was the preparation to move those cars out of the way so everybody could go on? They weren't there.
Okay. Going forward, how do you think the blizzard will end up impacting the race for mayor, the final voting?
That's a good question. If the weather warms up a little bit and some of the snow starts to melt and we don't have a pile more, it will probably not be a very great factor. On the other hand, if we have another storm next week and things get nasty and people get grouchy, you never quite know who they're going to take it out on.
Is there any indication that perhaps Rahm Emanuel is closer to getting that majority? I mean, he's certainly got a lot of TV ads on.
He does, and that's frankly one of the risks if people get grouchy. If things turn bad again and he's got all these ads with Barack Obama, people could say, well, the heck with that. I don't want to hear Barack Obama or Bill Clinton. I want to hear what you're going to do to clean up my street. But barring something like that, the perception is that he is close to pulling this off without a runoff. We'll find out.
We haven't spent too much time in these chats talking about the ethics issue. There's a debate this week with Channel 11. Is that likely to be, a big focus? And what are the candidates saying about what they are going to do to clean up City Hall? Who's got the most, interesting plan?
Well, they all have their various plans. Most of them include things like, I'm not going to let former staffers quit and then go to work lobbying City Hall. The most interesting development during the week was the former head of the Streets and Sanitation Department, Mr. Sanchez, was resentenced. And Miguel Devallier, one of the candidates, made a point of saying, hey, Sanchez over there, he helped put together this nasty old Hispanic Democratic organization which helped elect Rahm Emanuel to Congress, and Mr. Chico was the mayor's chief of staff during some of all this, and hey, I'm pure. The truth is somewhere in the middle, more complicated. We have time to go into here, but this is one of the eternal fights in Chicago. What is it? Who's really a reformer and who's not?
Okay. Thanks, Greg.
You're welcome.
And that's this edition of Chicago Business Today. For more political news, be sure to check out chicagobusiness.com and Greg's blog. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.